Hey everybody, it's Kathy here once again from Beads, Boxes, and Beyond, and I am so glad that you're here today with me because I have something special that I wanted to share with you. Something that I've been working on for some time, and what inspired me was a lot of pictures that I saw on Pinterest, things that I wanted. It was a challenge and I wanted to give it a try. So, yeah, you know what? Let's just get started. And I'm going to open this up for you. This is a silverware box that I picked up at the thrift store. I wanted something that looks like it'd been out in the field, something that's been in the hands for quite some time, a little beat up, you know. I thought it was perfect. So I bought this for a couple of dollars and I gutted it. And what this piece is titled, it is called Nature Study. It's just a variety of nature things with a journal. So yeah, like I said, I gutted it. I took a lot of inspiration from a lot of different things on Pinterest. The journal itself inspired by Nick the booksmith. She put one of these portfolio type journals together. And like I said, it's just something that I have a passion for. I just love nature and wanted to express a little bit of that in my artwork. All of the bottles are bottles that I have collected over time. A lot of them had oils in it, you know, that you would burn in your warmer. And I collected those and held on to them thinking I'm going to do something with them one of these days. So each one of them I aged to make look like it's old. A lot of these specimens, because I live in Southwest Florida, it's really hard to get stuff that is like from the north. So I do trips up north. I will collect things here and there. I also have family that would give me things. I also had to purchase some things. But I didn't want to make it all seaworthy, you know, Gulf waters or anything like that, which I could have done because I had oodles of that. But I wanted to be more of like the forest and the woods and the bugs and things like that. So there is still a lot, when I'm looking at this, there still is a lot of influence from the Gulf waters and the seashore. But anyways, this I picked up at the beach. And it's a fossilized piece of coral. We've got a sea urchin here. And I don't know if you can see that. Those are like the quills from a sea urchin. These are empty, but I just put some really old vintage looking labels on them. And we've got these picked up from the beach, walking the beach. This is some lichen or moss and an acorn. This came from up north, I think. We have some quartz crystals, sea pod. This is definitely up from up north. And of course, we have our starfish, bleached and everything. They do not look like this in the natural state, but I purchased that one at the store. We've got some lichen, another acorn. This here is an actual fossil that I picked up at one of the stores. I just really thought it was kind of neat. I can't remember what it was called though, but I wanted to add that in there. We have a nice feather here. We've got a shark's tooth mounted there. These are just, you know, empty bottles. This one here actually has some miniature little pine cones in there. Yeah, but made to look old. Giving you guys a headache there from doing that so quickly. A beehive. My sister gave me the beehive. She actually had these in her house when they were renovating. Of course, there were no bees in them at the time, but dried up beehives. This crab claw, yes, I did pick that up while I was walking the beach. I just really think those are cool. I did purchase this miniature, small little baby shark's jaw. It still has the teeth. They're very sharp. They're like needles. Sea sponge. Some more seashell. This one here we have milkweed pod. This is the skull of a lizard that I found outside. Pine cone. This doesn't have anything in it. This one here has some moss and a butterfly wing, which is not real. This one is an actual snake skin. And I don't think there's anything in this one. And this is just a little specimen thing. And this is an actual dragonfly wing, which I picked off of the grill of my car. Some tweezers. These are katydid shells, you know, when they shed their skin. This is an empty bottle. And this right here is a magnifying glass that comes out. And you can use that to examine your specimens. I just thought every nature study box needs to have a magnifying glass. And then down here, I believe these are called apple shells. Apple shells? Apple, I think. These are the ones that your hermit crabs live in, but they are down here. People find them in their gardens every once in a while. Some more pods from up north. Some acorns. This is a sea pod. This is the journal. We'll flip through this in a minute. This here is a gator claw, baby gator claw. I picked this up at the seashell store along with this really cool spiny seashell. And I don't believe that's local at all. Sea urchin, love the green. Love that. So I have a green one and I have a pink one. And those are just gorgeous colors. We have a rock that came from the beach. This is some kind of stuff that I picked up on the beach. It's all dried. Little pods in it and everything. And of course the seashell. And then over here, I picked up this green bottle. Just reminded me of the beaches up north or along Lake Erie, you know, with the sea glass and stuff like that. Just a pretty green. And I found the label online, Wild Sea Breezes. Thought that was pretty cool, if I say so myself. And of course we have a maple leaf, which they don't grow down here in Southwest Florida. And I wanted to keep that there. We've got the sea pod here, and we've got an acorn. And all of these items, except for the magnifying glass, are all glued into place. They are not removable. You know, that wouldn't have happened if they weren't glued in. That was a challenge. I really wanted to be able to open up the specimen jars and stuff, but I thought, no, we're going to do it more of a display like this. So that's it. That's called nature study, but we're not through just yet. I just wanted to show you the overall picture of it. This is going to be in an exhibit coming up in the next few days in the Fort Myers area, and it will not be listed in my Etsy shop only because it's too fragile to ship. There's no way I could ship this thing to anybody. But if you are in the Southwest Florida area and you are interested in this piece, just leave me a message below, or you can personally message me, and we can talk about it if you like. Have no idea what price I'm going to put on it quite yet. I just finished it last night and wanted to document it by sharing it with a video. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. My whole box is lined with vintage dictionary papers, and I portioned it off into sections. Just really like how that turned out. Okay, so now for the journal. You'll have to excuse me because I'm doing this one-handed. I'm doing it with my left hand and not my right. And we'll see how this goes, so bear with me. Cover of the book. Let's see if I can get this picked up. I have this little name tag here. It just says nature from the dictionary. This is a reproduction sketch, specimen sketch of some fern. The journal is a hardcover, and it's made more like a portfolio, as you can tell. I got this idea from watching Nick the Booksmith. She's a really good person to watch and inspires me, along with a few others that are on YouTube. When I open this up, I have a center section, which is just one signature of blank papers for you to jot your own notes on, your own journaling, whatever you want to do. You are the recipient of this journal. You can do whatever you want. It just has this really neat display unit that goes with it. On this side here, I have 3 pages of just graph paper for you to do any drawings, documentations, or anything like that, made to look like a clipboard. And then when we open this up, we have all these oodle places of tucking things. We have a coin envelope here with just a tag in it. You know, you can put whatever you want in these pockets. It doesn't have to be what I put in these pockets. So you can change things out and put anything that you prefer in them, but just be warned that there's only so much space when you close the book, and it can't be overstuffed. I've got an old leaf here. It's really dry. Got to be careful. And then we have a pocket. Let's see if I can get my hands in here. This one here of some feathers. Just I thought was a beautiful picture. Here we have, this is so cool. It's a card on weapon diversity in deer. Look at all those. That's so interesting to see. So interesting. You know what? I think I'll just do this. Be a lot easier. And then this actually opens up. We've got more tuck spots. Over here we have, I can't get it out. Hold on. Am I pulling the wrong thing? I'm pulling the wrong thing. Oh my gosh. We have a reproduction of a book cover, Nests and Eggs. Oh, geez. We have a vintage postcard, picture a smoke tree of the California desert. It's an actual postcard, no stamp, no writing. Because you know, guys, you know me and my postcards. I like it when they have writing on the back, and of course the stamp too. This is a cutout of a maple leaf that I just pinned in there like that. This is just a little note taking place. I put the numbers on each page, and it just opens up like a tablet. Here we have another one of the butterfly wings that's made of feathers, and we actually have a dove feather or a pigeon feather. We have a tuck spot here and here. This is some Tim Holtz paper with the bugs on it and the beehives and things. Just really like that. So you can use, you know, you can use those for whatever you want, but there's 2 of those in there. And then over here, this is a piece of a film that I bought it a long time ago with the scrapbooking stuff, and it's blank, you know, kind of like this. So I just found the smaller version pictures of some of the things that I have in the journal and cut them down and glued them to the back of the film strip, and I just really like that. This is a piece of scrap paper, and I just like it because it had the numbers on it. It's good for documenting and listing things on there. We have a back page covered in an old dictionary paper. This here is an envelope, and it has, I don't know if you can see them very well, it has milkweed pods. When they dry and open up, that's the seeds that fly through the air. So I have them in this envelope with the dictionary word milkweed on there and the definition. Then we have 3 pockets going on in the back here, and this one just has a little card on it, pot marigold, everybody, you know, grows marigolds, and a tag. And this is an antique seep packet, that I picked up at the antique store. Excuse me, I'm just going to have to do that. I really have a hard time with one-handed Then this tag here is something I found the picture in a magazine. Just really love that forest picture. So that gets tucked in there. I'll do that later. And this would be the one side of the portfolio journal. And then on this side, we just have some pockets here. These are vintage photos picked up somewhere. And I, just thought they were, you know, like something like you were out hiking and happened to take pictures of. So those are in there. And then we just have pieces of ephemera for you to write on, an identification card. Okay. This one just has some butterflies on it. And this one, oh, I really like this one. If I can get my finger underneath it. The bird eggs, just really like those. That's a Tim Holtz paper, I believe. And then we open up and we have this fern, which is just paper clipped to the file folder and a place for you to do some notes. We have a pocket here with a dragonfly and just a picture of some greenery. I actually have that growing in my backyard. It looks like a house plant. What is it called? Corn plant. That's what that's called. A lot of people have it growing in offices and inside. Well, it can grow outside here in Southwest Florida. I have a ledger card in here for notes. I just put right there. Sorry for the finger. This here is a pocket that says sketches, and so I thought I'd go into some of my plant ID books and pull out some sketches. So I stuck those in there, kind of like, you know, if you were studying some trees and things. This one here is a sketch, a bird skeleton. And this one is of some of the wings and bones and stuff like that. And then this here could be used as a bookmark. This is really cool. This came from a vintage picture encyclopedia type thing that I put on this. And we've got some more dictionary paper on the back. So that was there. Then over here we have a pocket, and this is just one of the a plant picture, leaf me alone. That's a leaf picture. Here we just have this one little pamphlet of some of the birds from my bird book. These were a pack of cards for some kind of a card game, but it was IDing mammals. And I just thought it'd be kind of neat to include in the back of the book here. So yeah, so that's the journal. It's really full of things, lots of tuck spots. Like I said, you just got to be careful with how much you put in it because it's got to fold onto itself. And you can split the spine if you're not careful. So that just happens to stick right in here. So that's it. I really appreciate you guys stopping in and checking out what I've been working on. Lately, I feel like my wheels have been spinning and I wasn't getting anywhere. I have too many pans in the fire. I just love starting some of these projects and it just aggravates me that I can't get anything finished. So just being able to finish this piece right here, I'm ecstatic about. So leave a comment. I would love to hear what you guys think of this, what your views are. Is it a wow or is it a I'd really like to know. I did something similar to this a year ago, and it was for more like Halloween, and it was a witch's journal, and it was done inside of a cigar box, and I had vials and things like that I just really loved doing that one, but it was on such a small scale. I actually sold one, made another one for another exhibit, and that one didn't sell, but since it was fragile and I wasn't able to list it and sell it on Etsy, I gave it to my sister, who donated an awful lot of these items in here, kind of like a thank you. I gave it to her as a gift because she's so sweet to do all that for me. But yeah, this one's large. I don't think I'm going to go and do anything large like this again. It just took a lot. I really enjoyed doing it, but we'll see. Please give me a comment, like I said. If you are new to my channel, I would appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel, if this is something that interests you and you like to see what I'm doing. If you want to be notified each time I do make a new video, just hit that little bell that's down below, and it will notify you whenever I do a new video. You can follow me on Facebook and on Instagram and on Twitter. And I'm under Beads, Boxes, and Beyond. And all those links will be in the description below. So I appreciate you guys stopping by. I was really hoping I could make this a short video, but it's turning out to be a little longer than what I expected. A lot of things to cover with it. And I'm sorry about the jittery camera, but my stand to hold my camera just wasn't tall enough to be able to video the whole piece in one picture. So I apologize for that. Thanks again for stopping by, people. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.